Hi, meet Frankie. Frankie met Mo and fell in love. Little did they know, more joy was on the way. Lexi was born. This is our love story. Welcome to AlphaBeta. It's more than just family.
Hi guys, so today I'm going to do a makeup tutorial for amateurs like myself. I'm very scared because I am not good at this. Believe you me, even if sometimes my makeup looks flawless, I just get really lucky because half of the time my skin is clear enough to accommodate a little foundation without me being an expert in blending. And yes, once I do my brows, my makeup is literally almost done. So it's another get ready with me video, and I'm going to make this as smooth as possible. Please bear with me if I'm not as consistent as most makeup gurus. So I'm not a makeup artist, I'm just showing you how to get ready with me. So right now my face is bare, only that I had moisturized earlier because I prefer to moisturize immediately I get out of the shower so that I can lock in the moisture. So what I'm going to do now is I'll put on some eye serum. This eye serum has been of so much help. It's by Dr. Organic. Before I delivered Kai, my eyes were doing so badly because it had run out of stock in most places, and it's been such a savior. And once I didn't use it, and with sleepless nights, my under eye were like, just this area was so black. I looked like this. Yeah. I looked like that guy. So right now I'm going to go in with it. I've used it for a while. Unfortunately, after some time, when you start to pump it, it doesn't come out. You see, like it won't come out. So I just remove this part and I just apply with the tube. I'm going to use my mirror, so most of the time I'll put my focus here. Just apply sparingly. Ideally, you're supposed to apply, very gently like this, but Maureen ni nani, I'm just going in the best way I know how. And I'm going to go in with my primer. This is by Fenty Beauty. A lot of people have asked me where I get my Fenty Beauty products. Well, I shipped this from Sephora, and I used a company called Kentex Cargo. So yeah, it came after about a month, this and the foundation and a bunch of other things. So yeah, I love this primer because it mattifies in a way, but in a very soft way, such that you don't feel like you have any product on. So just go like that. And first thing I'm going to begin with is with my brows, which is the hardest and the most important part of my makeup routine. What I do, because I already have product, I find it easier to powder on top of the eyebrows so that it can be easier to draw them in. So the powder I'm using is Black Opal Invisible powder. It's the same powder I use for setting my makeup and everything. So see, right there. And wow, this is the hard part. I sometimes I get it, sometimes I don't. So I'm hoping I'm going to get it today for the sake of this video. So this is just a normal Davis pencil, number 40. Sometimes I use number 3, but they both work the same way. I feel like they are pretty much similar. So what I do is I go over my brows and then I go under. See, it's already taken shape. And I'll do the same this other side. And then I'm going to start filling them in from behind. just to give it a natural look so that it doesn't look harsh at the beginning. Oh yeah, and if my brows look like they had already been done, it's that I had put on the Maybelline eyebrow tattoo 2 days ago. It's still fading away, so sometimes I prefer that because I don't like staying with makeup in the house, and plus I have a young child, and yeah, I like having brows on. Brows are everything. Yeah, so sorry, I tend to frown when I'm doing my brows so that I can see how they will look like. It's usually my measurement of checking whether they are doing okay. Yeah, and then I'm not yet done. What I'll do now is I will take this brush. Where are you, brush? This very thin brow brush, and I'm going to use my Cara palette, which is my favorite so far because it has colors that I need for my everyday look. And I'm going to try 2 shades of dark, and that is this one and black. And what I'll do is I'll dip in this into the brown just a little bit, and then I'm going to go into the middle of my brows, and I just pat over to give it a powdery effect. You can see less is always more, so that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm putting very little because I don't want it to have some, you know, sharp and harsh edges. And then what I'm doing right now is I've put the dark version of it. These colors don't have any names, so you just see what works best with your skin color. And as you can see, the brows are coming together. I have to say this is not my favorite because I think because I'm so used to doing it when I'm concentrating. Well, I'm just going to do what I can do. Now I'm going to clean them up with Fit Me Maybelline concealer. This is in caramel. I'm going to take my flat brush and I will take a bit of it on one end and the other side as well. So I've put the concealer on both ends, and I'm going to start on the inner side. Usually I prefer to concentrate on the lower side because that's what makes or breaks the brows. I start with my brows is so that all this excessive concealer and anything else can be cleaned up later with foundation. So yeah, it works perfectly for me. And once the brows are done, man, everything else is set. I feel like my makeup is fully done. Then I'm going to take slightly wider brush, or this one. It's slightly wide, it's flat and a bit wide, and I'm going to use it to clean up everything else. Yeah, so I think they look decent enough. They're not my best, but yeah, at least you have an idea of how I achieve my brow look. From here, I'm going to go in with my foundation. Usually I use this Maybelline Stay Super Stay 24-hour full coverage foundation. I love it. I love it so much because it's more or less like you know, it's very satin-like and it blends well with the skin, and that's my perfect match. Unfortunately, it's running out. I use very little of everything. I think that's what you'll notice with all my makeup. Very, very little. So I'm going to put this all over my face, starting from the inner sides of my face. So what I'm using is NC55, which I find it slightly lighter than my skin color, but good thing is after you've used it, it oxidizes. It tends to oxidize. And I think the last few months or so, my skin has become slightly lighter. I think because I'm rarely outdoors. So it works for now. So I've done a very, very thin layer, generously so, and all over. As you can see, I'm not leaving any part untouched. My ears, my neck, because I don't want to start working with patches or my face looking lighter than the rest of my skin. I'm going to take my Black Opal stick foundation in Suede Mocha. It's slightly darker than my complexion, so that's what I use up here. I'm not really contouring, I'm just trying to make my makeup look as natural as possible. So yeah, this is when I tell you I'm not a makeup artist. Look at me, look at my life. See how I'm just going in with those products, yeah? And I'm going to do a sweep just to blend. And this brush I'm using, it's a round brush I just got from Super Cosmetics. I think I saw Muthoni Joba using a similar one on one of her tutorials on Instagram. And the next time I went, I was like, oh, maybe I should get myself a nice round brush, and it works so perfectly. I really, really love it. It's so soft and smooth. Yeah, so like you can see, my face is close to perfection in terms of the kind of foundation I've put, but still under my eyes and around my eyes, it still needs a little bit of work. And that's why I go in with my Fenty Beauty in color 410. Again, it's lighter than my complexion, but it works. It works once I go in with it. I really, really love it. I've used this before in one of my, you know, when I was reviewing it, and I said it was lighter than my complexion, but I kind of like it because it blends in so well, and it's, oh, it feels so good. So there we go. I'm going to blend. I'm not big on contouring because I feel like my face doesn't really need a lot of contouring because I have very subtle features. Yeah, so once I do this and I feel like still under my eyes it's not looking as I would want it to look, I usually go back with the Maybelline Caramel Fit Me concealer, and I just go over this area, that's this particular area, and over my eyelid. And the reason why I'm doing my eyelids is because I'm also prepping at the same time to do my eyeshadow. So I'm killing two birds with one stone. What I'm doing is I will go in with this blender. Don't laugh at my blending sponge. It was just a normal sponge. I cut it into 3, so I use pieces because I like washing it after every use. So once I use this, I'll use the next one. So I'm going to blend it in. And there we go. So I'm all good and set, I think. And then I'm going to use now the Black Opal setting powder to set everything. But usually I just try to bake a little under my eyes, like that. Like that. And slightly over my eyelid because I want to set that concealer so that it doesn't run off. Let me see now if I can be able to do my eyeshadow. So I'm going to let this stay on until I'm done with my eyeshadow. I use just one brush which has two sides, this side and this side. Yes, it's that simple. So I'm going to go back with my Cara palette and I'm going to use these shades you see up here. Yeah, so to have the transition color, I'm going to use this darker orange. The idea is to have light strokes. It's like a wind, what do you call it? The wipers of the car. Yeah, just go slightly over, just very gently. And then I'm going to go in with the lighter orange. Just a little bit, especially in the inner sides of the eyes. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a slight crease eyeshadow look. I'll take my Maybelline again and I'm going to use the same brush I had used to perfect the eyebrows. I'll just use very little of this concealer and I'm going to go in where I want the eyeshadow to be. I'll do the same on this other side. And I'm going to go back with this brush I talked about and I will start with this gold, and then I'm going to go lighter. So the gold will go in the middle of my eyelid, and then the other lighter one will come to the outer side of my eyeshadow, eyelid. Again, I'm patting it really lightly because I don't want to go in hard, that way it won't look as smooth. And then I'm going to take this brush again, this end, and I just clean up on top slightly towards the end. And where you see like it's a bit patchy, you can go back like that. Again, you guys, I wish I was doing this in a slower manner, but yeah, time is not on my side. And I'll use the black eyeshadow to start making the wing liner. Usually I prefer this to just the liquid eyeliner. It's been working for me perfectly. Again, with makeup, I think it's whatever works for you. So you see, I've gone to the outer side and now I'm going to go with my actual liquid eyeliner and I will draw the thinnest layer you've ever seen, as close as possible to the eyelash. And then you see, even I've not even finished, but it's already looking like it's coming to be close as possible to the eyelashes. And then I will make my wing like this. Just slightly like that, like that. Yay. Yeah, and my eyeliner looks like it can work for the day. And then I'm going to go in with my mascara. Where is my mascara? This one, it's by Zoran. I understand it's a Nigerian company. It's very thick, and I'm going to just brush it out. I like doing this immediately after I've put the eyeliner, because the eyeliner tends to dry out the eyelashes. So I do it real quick before they're dry so that I can manipulate them as quickly as possible. So yeah, as you can see, they are popping so well. And I'm going to clean out this powder. Oh my god, my makeup is already looking like it's coming to be. Usually I leave my lower lashes alone, but I'm going to just do a little bit of mascara slightly, just kidogo. And then finally, I'm going to do, I want to a bright lippy today. This is again Maybelline Superstay matte lippy. In what color? I don't know. 20 Pioneer. So it's one of my favorite. It's very bright. And the good thing with this product is that it's very soft matte. It doesn't dry out your lips. Sorry guys, the battery died on me, so I've charged it real quick so I can finish this tutorial. So I had already done the lip base. I also use God, this is so bad. Everything is over. Yes. Me and Maybelline, yeah. Fit Me powder, pressed powder. I really love it, especially for under the eyes, because it doesn't make the eyes look cakey and everything. I just pat it slightly. This is my problem area right here. Yeah, and then I go over anything else. And finally, I set my makeup with the Prep and Prime MAC. Generously so. It's really, really good. And then I really don't do any highlighting and everything, but this is the final look for my everyday look. It takes me around 15 to 20 minutes to do it, and I really like it because it works for my face. You can see the before and after is not so much, so I hope so. Yeah, but yeah, this is pretty much what I come up with my rookie tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what else you'd like to see, and thank you for keeping it AlphaBeta. AlphaBeta out.